Okay, so what's up, y'all? Quick Voice Garage here, doing a video, and today I'll explain here in just a minute.
Been forgotten, I Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Said I've been forgotten, I Joe. I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Okay, so what I'm going to do today is, it's going to be sort of like a channel update, I guess, but I'm also going to, the main part of the video is going to be, I'm going to show off some of my personal equipment I got here, which I'm not going to be able to show it to you running because, listen, it's pouring a toe choker outside. If you don't know what a toe choker is, or a toe strangler is, it's pouring down a lot of rain. And, you know, I don't want to go out there and get soaked, so I won't be able to show you some of the stuff running, so. Okay, so, well, first I'll get into it. Right here is chainsaw. Now, I don't use the chainsaw much because I don't have to cut a lot of wood and stuff. Just use this sometimes when cut down trees and stuff. If I had to mow around, there's a tree up there in the front I cut down one time because it was having rain to mow around. But you know, I used to cut up the thick stumps and stuff like that. So I don't use this a whole lot. But and chainsaw is gonna be dangerous too if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, so I don't use it much, but it stays right here. There's another chainsaw over here too. There's one you plug in, and then there's another one, another gas powered one, but it don't run. It's a Craftsman one somebody gave to me a couple years ago. But I haven't really got around to fixing it because I usually use that one if I need it. Okay, so right here, it's my pressure washer. I have showed this off in a couple other videos I've done, but I used to use an electric Portland pressure washer. I got it Harbor Freight, and it was like $75. I mean, it did what it needed to do, but the only problem with it was I had to run all these extension cords and all kinds of stuff, and you know that can be really aggravating, especially. I mean, to me, it's also going to be a fire hazard because you know, if them cords, you know, they're plugged in like, you know, like this, and if it gets submerged in water, it can cause an electrical fire, and then you gotta go put it out because you know you can burn half of the yard and then cause a huge fire. So yeah, me as a big safety concern. So then this Husqvarna, I got it at Costco. It was $340. It wasn't cheap, but I mean but I'm glad I got it though because it's a lot more convenient. And the soap tank I haven't actually used yet, but I've used it pressure washing a couple things, but I got two big reviews coming, which I'll show you in a minute. This right here is one of them. You can see the handles, but I'll show you what it is in a minute. It's pretty cool. But we're gonna go back here now, and I'll show you some more stuff. Okay, so as you can see here, this here is my backpack blower, and I also got to into my new tripod. I can extend it and lower it where I need it. And it's got a light on it too. If I cut it off, you can really see a difference. It's a lot darker now. It's hard to see. And I could also change the tone of the light too. So pretty cool. And for a while I was using a Ryobi battery powered blower. Actually, before that, I had a one you plug in and loud. It was a weed eater brand. I still got it. It's a weed eater brand blower you plug in with the extension cord and just really loud. And but the real Irby one was a lot quieter, but it didn't have much power. The weed eater brand had a lot more power, but it was just super loud and really annoying. And so I got this as a Christmas present last year, I think, and it was last year, and I use it to blow my mower off when I get done. It's got a pretty big tank on it too. Oh, as you can see, got a lot of gas in there, which I use it every time I mow to blow off my mower, and then also blow the concrete off too. And I mean, pretty good blower. It's a my daddy has one he keeps out of my Rambo's house for out there, and this one's a lot bigger than it is. It's a Echo PB 580T, and it's a pretty powerful blower too, and it's a lot quieter than that weed or electric when you plug an extension cord. And this one's powered by gas, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but still, I like this blower, and one of my favorite Christmas presents I ever got. And it makes life a lot easier too when I'm getting leaves open, blow them from around the trees, because like the weed eater one won't go all the way around the house, and then the Ryobi battery powered one, it ain't powerful enough, don't blow, and then it dies, and I gotta go change the battery out again. That's why one reason I don't like battery powered stuff, because when you have a bigger yard, when you have a small yard, I mean, it ain't too bad, but when you have a big yard, you got a lot of trees to go around and stuff like that, it makes it a lot aggravating. But yeah, so it's a story on my Echo backpack blower. Okay, so here is my Cadet 1525 riding mower. Let me adjust my camera a little bit. Kind of see it better. There you go. So I got this about a year ago. If y'all been watching my YouTube videos for a while now, y'all remember y'all may remember I used to use a small Murray 40-inch cut mower, which I still actually have. I'll explain in just a minute, but that mower was really aggravating. I mean, every time I turned around, I was working on the Murray. The engine had to be replaced one time. I had to repower. Me and my daddy repowered it. The switch had to be replaced once. Went through several solenoids. Battery had to be replaced. It died, went completely dead. Bearings in the deck had to be replaced. I mean, like I said, every time I turned around, I was working on that thing. And then my papa got me a new zero turn. He told me I could just have this one. And this is a pretty good mower. It's got a Kawasaki FX430V 15 horsepower twin cylinder engine. Which, if y'all know me, I like Breeze and Stratton, because of my hat here. Because, I mean, they're a lot easier to get parts for. It took me like 3 or 4 months to find an air filter for this thing because it was dirty and needed to be replaced. And one of my Breeze and Strattons, about the same year model as this, only took me about a few minutes. Like on my Green Craftsman, I showed y'all one video, it only took me about a few minutes to find an air filter for it, and they quit making that engine years ago. So, yeah, other than that though, pretty good mower. I mean, I only had 2 problems with it. Like, the starting gear got hung up on the engine once, so I had to take it apart and fix it. And one other time, the deck belt popped off, and it's because of a stick underneath it, and popped it off because I pulled it out, it was all chewed up. So that's probably what it did. But it took me and my papa both to get it on. You have to hold the PTO open and put the belt on at the same time, so it takes 2 people to actually do it. But yeah, other than that though, pretty good, reliable mower. I took and pressure washed it, like I did the video there because it was really nasty. So it's a hydrostatic transmission, and get on the mower here. Now you can kind of see me on the mower. It's a pretty good feel. It's got an electric PTO clutch knob, which I like manual PTOs better because it's easier to fix them, because electric PTO clutches are very expensive. Here's your key switch. It's got a cruise control, which I don't use much because cruise control is when you got like really long cut runs and stuff, and I don't have like super long cut runs. I have a lot of trees and stuff I gotta go around, and there's the field lines back here that makes the grass grow real thick, and I can't mow over all that stuff fast because it'll bog the mower up and kill it. I've done that with the Murray one time. So I have to mow over it real slow, especially when it's real hot, when I ain't going to mow because when it's raining. There's also, you know, parking brake right here. It's got a manual choke, your throttle. Right here is your deck positioning. It's got high, 5, 4, 3, 2, and level position. Now, level position you do not mow in. On the Murray it says do not operate in this position because you'll burn the mower up, because you gotta have level position is only for taking off the mower deck when you gotta do maintenance. So yeah, because the mower deck has to have a certain amount of space between the ground and the grass, and if you try to cut on level position, there's no space between the ground and the grass, and you're gonna burn the mower up. So yeah, so pretty good mower. I mean, I actually love this mower. I mean, it's real nice too. This was like your top of the line in lawn tractors, you know, lawnmowers in 2003. And it's got a pretty big gas tank too. It holds 3 gallons of gas. I mean, it burns a lot of fuel because it has a twin cylinder. But I usually, since gas is kind of high right now, I always kind of fill the tank only half full. I try to ration my gas out because, you know, gas ain't cheap, so I try to save as much as I can. Because I only need half a tank to cut the yard, because I mean, I ain't like super big, but I mean, it's too big for electric stuff and push mowers. Which I have pushed mowed this yard before, it ain't fun, because when that mower didn't want to start. So I'll show you my push mower here in just a second, actually. But okay, so it's the story on my Cub Cadet 1525. I also forgot to mention too, up here, here's both my weed eaters. Now this one right here is the Cub Cadet weed eater. This is an old one too, because it's got a toggle switch on it. That was just gifted to me by some guy had it sitting around. He didn't want it in his way, so he told me I could just have it. And it don't run right now. I haven't really had time to work on it, and I don't like working on 2-stroke engines. They're kind of aggravating, especially trying to tune the carburetor. But this is my good weed eater right here. This is an Echo weed eater, like my backpack blow over there. I've had this a lot longer actually. And this is a pretty good weed eater. As you can see, it's used. I pressure wash the head after every cutting season. I don't usually do the engine because, you know, feeling the washing getting water all over a 2-stroke engine is just asking for problems. But yeah, pretty reliable weed eater. I usually take this with me too when we do my grandmother's got a big creek that goes through the property right there, and we got the weed eater, and it's pretty big, so me and my daddy both do it at the same time, say, because one person trying to do it all is a lot. So I weed eat half and he weed eats the other half. So that's why I usually bring it with me when we mow. And then after mowing season, we start doing leaves. I usually probably gonna bring my blower with me, so because it's more powerful than the other one out there. So but it's pretty cool, you know. We used to have a one of them cheap weed eater brand weed eaters, and I think he got it from Walmart, I think, and everything was bad. It didn't want to run. It used to sit over here a long time. He finally threw it away, but he tried to fix stuff for me to use when I was younger, because I couldn't hold this one because it was big and couldn't get it to run. I got no more out here back to one of these trees, and it quit, and I couldn't get it started. So ended up, you know, scrapping that one and getting this one. This one's a pretty good weed eater. And this one's got a quick feed head in it too, which makes life a little easier when you got to realign the weed eater. But yeah, so that's the story on both my weed eaters. Okay, so this here is my Toro recycler push mower. Now the reason we got this push mower is because, you know, when I was still using the Murray, you know, the Murray didn't want to start it at the time, so so he had this as a backup in case when it starts, I can still, you know, get the yard cut. And trying to push mow this yard is not fun, especially the backyard, because there's a lot of hills and a lot of lumpy areas, a lot of holes, and it's not fun. And it don't cut low either. You have to adjust it and stuff. It's got a bag which I got sitting on top of everything over there, but I never used it because them, you know, mower bags are for really small yards and stuff. So it's a pretty good push mower. My neighbor gave me one just like it a couple years ago. He had it when he said it never worked. He told me how to have it, so it's actually sitting over there. I've been planning on either fixing up, selling it, or something, but it needs some work done to it. So I've been trying to find a vent tube for it. It's hard to find because this has got a. These both have a Kohler engine on them, and Kohlers are hard to get parts for sometimes. You can see behind it here is actually the snapper. You can see right here, this is the wheel of the snapper. The snapper, I did some videos on it one time. I was gonna try to put a post twin on here, but unfortunately, it didn't work out right because so the crankshaft was the same length, but I think it was too wide, so the pulleys kept hitting it. So the idea had to be scrapped and just had to be kind of pushed aside for now. What it's gonna be put on hold for a while because I got some other stuff I'm gonna be doing. So yeah, so the snapper's still on hold for now, if any of y'all been wondering. Okay, so now for the big reveal, you've seen the handles in this video. If y'all know y'all's mower and stuff, then y'all know what this is right here. This is a old big wheel Yazoo from the 70s, I think. That's that one. There's one I showed y'all in the video I did about maybe a year ago. That one was a really old one from like the 40s, but it was missing a lot of stuff, and my dad ended up throwing that frame away. We don't have it anymore, but this is the same kind of mowers. It's just a newer one, but still pretty cool. I got this from my uncle. He sold it to him for like $20. It's actually a pretty good deal. These go about like $200 on eBay, I think. So this one was a self-propelled version. If I move it back here, still stuff's right in there, it's in the way, but it says self-propelled right here on this sticker. Okay, there you go. Now you can see it says self-propelled. Hitting my extension cord. I had to run an extension cord earlier because the cord wouldn't reach all the way back there for my lot. But it's got a Wisconsin Robin engine on it, and it runs sort of. I gotta do some work to it. I've got some new tires and tubes. Replace these old rotten wheels. I'm gonna paint these rims black too. But you'll see all that in the video. Now, when I first got it, it did not look like this at all. It was pretty nasty, and I'll show you all some pictures of it in the review. It was pretty filthy. And I pressure washed it. Went with the pressure washer over there, and it was pretty clean. I took the dipstick out right here, and I smelled pure gasoline, which tells me, this carburetor's got a leaky needle in the seat, so I'm gonna have to drain all this oil out and put some new oil in there, do some work with the carburetor, replace the air filter because the air filter is pretty nasty. If I could find one, because these engines are hard to find parts for. Because I think they quit making. Wisconsin Robin went out of business in like 2000, I think, late 90s, something like that. That's why you can't find parts for them anymore. So now, if you look to your right, you can see a mower deck right there too, which is also another view coming. That's actually a John Deere L118 mower deck, and which I got. So you can kind of see there's a lot of rust on it. I got to fix. John Deere decks are bad to rust, so a review will come on that once I get the deck fixed, get the bearings replaced, and review will come on that pretty soon too. But yeah, this was one thing I was excited to show off. I've been meaning to show it off for a long time, and so here y'all go. Y'all finally get to see one of the very pieces of equipment I got. So I might actually use this once I get it to running good and everything to maybe cut the ditches in front of my house and some of that thick stuff the field lines are, so I can kind of trim it down with this, and then because this is more like a brush cutter than a push mower. This is made to cut high brush stuff that you don't cut every time. But I mean, you can, if you look at this thing, you can tell how good it's made by how thick this metal is. But now the Yazoo, they couldn't make mowers anymore because they got bought out by Husqvarna. Husqvarna is now an MTD product, I think. They used to be made by AYP back in older days. My green Craftsman's and the silver one too are both AYP Craftsman's. Now Craftsman's made by MTD. But anyway, Husqvarna bought out Yazoo, and now Yazoo, they couldn't make these anymore like this anyway because you have to sell a brand new one like this. We have to sell for like $1,000 nowadays. And, $1,000 for like a push mower is ridiculous. I mean, for a riding mower, that's actually pretty good, but for a push mower, like I said, that's ridiculously overpriced. But Yeah, I'm gonna have to replace these belts too. They're cracked and got rotten holes in them and stuff. But yeah, I've been really excited to show y'all this because I mean, I was excited to get this thing, and I'm kind of proud of it too. So I'm gonna be really proud of it once it runs. This was a like I said, self-propelled. This won't self-propel because there's some pieces missing. There's holes for the thing right here, but I believe this actually belonged to my great grandfather. My daddy said he had a Yazoo like this, and then his oldest son, my uncle, got it. Then he sold it to his younger brother, my other uncle that I bought it from. So this was his, I believe, and I think what happened was a self-propelled thing. There's actually a piece on the back here, and he would engage it up here on this, but what happened was it probably quit working, and he took it off of there to make it lighter, because this thing's heavy. Thing's a pretty big beast. It's really heavy. There's a thin spot right there, but back then stuff was made good. I mean, you ain't gonna get stuff like this nowadays. I took a picture of it next to the Toro Recycle over there, and this thing's big compared to it. But so if y'all like this video and like it, you want to see more on the Yazoo here, just feel free to comment and hit like and subscribe to the Backwoods Boys Garage, and I'll see y'all next video.